Came and went like the summertime. Was that a sunset?
My Jedi powers are far beyond yours.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Cudi. We have a brand new video. Now today, guys, as you can see by the title of the video, welcome to How to Have Flow Part 2, Montage Part 2. So in this tutorial, guys, in this version of the How to Have Flow video, if you guys do not remember, on the first video we kind of went over, it's been well over a year at this point, we kind of went over on how to have flow. For me, what I identify flow as, and I know most people were making fun of me at the time when I made the tutorial, is pretty much just how fast and how slow the clip kind of works with. For me, that flow, usually what I like to go for, or what I kind of coined it to be, is just when the clip goes kind of fast and then it goes slow and then fast and slow once again. It just kind of creates like that flow, because at high points it hits high and then at low points it hits low. So yeah, man, honestly, I'm just gonna do a part 2, kind of see where I would have done after that. I did have a part 2 originally recorded, but now I got a new PC, so that footage is long gone since then. As you can see, I've upgraded my setup. I no longer have the webcam in the corner. I'm not recording via Camtasia. It's been such an upgrade, man. First and foremost, I just want to say thank you guys so much for the long ride that this YouTube career has been so far. That video is close to 300,000 views at the time of watching this video, so I just want to say thank you guys in the bottom of my heart. That it's crazy the fact that that video blew up. So I had to make a part 2 at least to that one and kind of follow up and see what I was gonna do next. Once again, I will be going in depth in this video, so this will be a long tutorial, but stick around. I'll show you guys what I would do. All the effects that I'm gonna be doing will be under my 300 subscriber editing pack, so if you guys do not have that, please be sure to have that installed already within your computer. So make sure to go down to that. I'll have that in the description down below. So first things first, be sure to have the plugins that I have as well too. So all the plugins required will be in description, and also the editing pack that we will be using for us to kind of finish out this little montage that we started well over a year ago at this point. So yeah, let's go back where we left off at. So as you can see, this is what we had last time.
Came and went like the summertime. Was that a sunset?
Okay, we probably won't be doing any more syncing on top of this. I'm just going to show you the effects that I'm going to apply on here, and I will go down to in depth on what effect does what, why I'm placing it there, and how it works. So if you guys are new to the video, at least be sure to check out the first on how to have flow video. This will cover on how I did the following syncing for this Call of Duty clip. Let me know before we get into this if you guys want me to do the same thing for Fortnite. If you guys want me to do something similar like this, so I can show you guys how I do my editing for Fortnite step by step in a tutorial series. I'll be more than happy to do that. I will go in depth and I will make a whole series about it, so you guys just can follow it along step by step, and it will help you guys out at the end of the day. So anyways, first thing that I'm gonna do is have the project file. So be sure if you have the project file downloaded, or follow along however you want to. So the first step I would usually do, pretty much, I would start adding a color correction in here. Usually I would use a preset color correction for Call of Duty. That's something I really take my time on. I don't really edit Call of Duty much nowadays, but I will be using a preset. So make sure, like I said, have the plugins installed so you can follow along when it comes to the tutorial. So first things first, what you guys want to do is go to click layer, new, adjustment layer, and just have that below the actual song. So drag this here, drag it right below it, and now we're gonna go to effects and presets tab, and we're gonna type in magic bullet looks. So that is exactly what we're gonna be using, or you can just look up looks, either or. Maybe it's magic bullet looks for you, maybe it's looks for you. It doesn't really matter. As long as you have looks in there, you guys will be fine. This is a third-party plugin, so be sure to get it somewhere free if you like online, or simply just buy the product like I have. Let's go ahead and double click on it. And once we double click on it, or just simply drag it over, you will have it pop up here. So now we'll do that. We'll click on edit. Okay, so as you can see here already, I already have a whole bunch of preset kind of CCs that I already bought before. The one that we had last time that for my Summer Vibes edit is probably long gone. I think the closest one would probably be the Lovely You one here. Go choose a CC that you like a lot, one that suits your kind of vibe for the song or the edit or whatever. This one is Summertime Vibes. It's something similar, but not as similar as the one that we kind of are used to. I'm gonna do the Lovely You one. I will have this magic bullet look preset in the description down below. So like I said, make sure you have the 300 subscriber editing pack downloaded. Make sure that you know how to install that onto your PC, so you know how to use them, how I'm using them right now. So let's go ahead and click on that. So this is going to be my color correction. Let's click OK, and bam, we already have our color correction here. Super nice and warm, kind of similar to the one that I once had to my first Summer Vibes edit. So you can see it here, it's already nice and warm. So super glowy as well on top of that too. If you don't like how glowy it is, you can click back on edit, and we can go to, I believe it might be diffusion. Yeah, diffusion. So if it's a little too much, we can just turn it down to maybe 50% instead of the 70. That'll tone it down just a little bit. Click OK, and that would make it a lot more smoother for sure. Other than that, that's our color correction here. So you can see, kind of simple, nice, clean, that Summer Vibes type of feel for it. It's nice and warm, and I really do love that color correction. So go ahead and make sure you have the 300 square editing pack, like I said, already installed, so that you can follow along step by step on what I'm doing. So first step for me is color correction. Usually with that first layer, that adjustment layer, I rename it. So I pretty much rename it. So I right click, rename, and I just put CC for color correction, and bam, that's the first step. The next step that I would usually do is I'd make sure I have RSMB installed onto my After Effects, which is a real smart motion blur. It's just pretty much motion blur within the clip. It makes the clip look a lot more smoother for Call of Duty at least. So I'm going to go to Effects and Presets and type in RSMB, and then I'm just going to click on RSMB, and I'm going to double click that. So that's going to be for my first layer here. So make sure you have your layer selected like I have. It's only going to be affecting this layer. If, for example, if I go over here and click on this one, there won't be any RSMB, as you can tell by the effects tab. So make sure you go to this one, copy it, go to this one, paste it, go to this one, and paste it again. Or you simply, let's just say if you wanted to just drag it over, like the RSMB, and drag it over, that works perfect as well too. Just make sure you have it selected for each clip. Make sure you click on your clip and then drag it over so it affects that clip as well too. Simply what this does already, we'll render it out real quick. Like I said, it creates that motion blur. It makes it look a lot more smoother, which already it's already looking a lot better than originally. So let's check it out. Let's see how this looks so far.
Came and went like the summertime. Was at a sunset or sunrise.
Maybe add some sharpen in there eventually. So we'll probably be doing that here soon. So yeah, not too bad. You can see there's some motion blur right there when it moves like that. For example, you can see the motion blur here. If I get rid of that, if I disable it for a little bit, you can see the motion blur disappears, but this adds a little bit more motion blur. It makes the edit look a lot more smoother. But yeah, boom, already looking a lot cleaner. So we added the color correction, and we also added the RSMB, which is the motion blur, and that's pretty much it. The next step would probably be adding some screen pumps. So make sure, like I said, and I'm gonna keep repeating this throughout the whole tutorial, have that 300 subscriber editing pack installed, because we'll be using that for us to continue to make this this montage at least look a lot more smoother. So let's go to layer, new, adjustment layer. This is going to be our first screen pumps. We're gonna click on animation, apply animation preset, and then we're gonna go ahead, click on, I believe, downloads for me. Go to 300 subscriber editing pack, go to presets. Let's go to screen pumps, and this is what we're gonna do. So we have glow pump top and glow pump bottom. These presets I pulled from someone that I really loved when it came to editing, which was VBucks. So you can check out his channel. He has the same ones too. So we're gonna click on glow pump top, go to animation again, apply, go to bottom, and all this is doing is applying those screen pumps. So now if you click U on your keyboard, so as you can see, as I pressed U on my keyboard, you see all these weird dots. So I'm gonna zoom in by grabbing these handles at the end right here. You can see my cursor. I'm gonna zoom in on both of them to see what's going on. So you can see there's keyframes there. And in case you guys do not know what keyframes are, they're just pretty much the point in time on whatever. For example, like if you want the shake to start at a point in time, that's what those keyframes will represent. And it's pretty simple. So just follow along. It won't be too hard to keep up. So we get two sets of keyframes here. We have the first row, and then we have the second row, which is just a frame over. Honestly, the only difference between the two would be that one row, like you see this first row here, you can see the scale goes up to 105, the glow intensity goes up to 104, there's some contrast and a lot of shake effects apparently. So we'll probably get rid of two of these shake effects. It might be too intense, so let's get rid of like two of them, just because I don't think that'll be too much shake. So let's just keep these. We'll keep just one shake effect. So all we're gonna do is we're gonna highlight all of it. I'm gonna put Control C to copy, and I'm just gonna drag this over to the beginning where the clip starts out. and then I want to place it whenever he shoots. So he shoots here, so I'm gonna put Control V to paste it, and I want to put it on the second row because that's the point in time where it shoots. So I want it to, you know, pump there at that point. So I'm gonna do that. Okay, so the second row pretty much means there's it's gonna have that, you know, that pump effect in there, and that's pretty much it. So we're gonna do the same thing over here when he shoots again. So put Control V and drag it over to the second row, and then go to the last clip here, the last shot he shoots, and then put simply Control V again and put it to the second row. I'm gonna zoom out real quick, and I'm gonna go ahead and put it right here for a transition, and then towards the end of the clip as well, the cinematic. And I also want it to start towards the beginning, maybe. Could be, maybe. We'll see how that looks like. Boom, boom. Okay, so let's see how this looks like so far.
Came and went like the summertime. Was that a summer?
Okay.
Came and went like the summertime.
Not too bad. Could be better. It's really good for beginners at least. But yeah, those are your screen pumps there. So you can see the shake effect has like that wiggle effect, so it kind of keeps the screen kind of moving like this. If not, it's always just moving at a certain, like, kind of a little bit of a shake, but it's not too noticeable, and it looks really smooth. So that's usually what I do for my screen pumps there. For Call of Duty at least, I usually use these presets. If not, I use my own custom ones, but these are really good just for starting base. And then the next thing I would do is add a blur transition between this cinematic here to the clip, so it blurs out right here around here. This blur transition usually looks really clean when you do add one, when it comes to just like cinematic to clip. It makes it look really clean, a lot more smoother. So that's what we're gonna be doing next. So all we're gonna do is click on layer, new, adjustment layer once again. So like I said, this is just mainly just all the effects that you would do for this montage. So click on animation once again. So yeah, like I said, but click on the layer, make sure it's clicked on actually. Go to animation, apply animation, and then let's go to presets, let's go to transitions, and let's click on the blur transition one right here. Okay, I'm gonna double click that, press U on my keyboard once again, and you can see 3 keyframes here. Okay, so we get this corner one here, we get the middle one here, and then we get the end one here. So as you can see, there's a lot of blur by looking at my screen here, a lot of blur. So that's what that middle one stands for. If I get rid of that middle row, there is no more blur. You see that? So let's make sure that we have that middle one. All we're simply gonna be doing is highlight all of them, put Control C to copy, and let's go to this marker here because this is the beginning of the clip. We're gonna drag that over and put it right there. So that's the beginning of the clip. That's where I want that blur transition. And I also want it to begin, I want this blur transition between my cinematics and clips. So I'm going to put this over here as well too. So I'll put Control C once again, Control V to copy and paste it. And I'm going to drag the middle right there. Same thing over here, copy and paste, drag it over. Same thing over here towards the end of the clip. Boom. Awesome. At this point, all this is doing, like I said, is creating a blur transition that makes the edit look a lot more smoother. I'd still probably mess with the color correction. I'm still not a big fan of it when it comes to lighting, at least. But
Came and went like the summertime. Was that a sun?
Yeah, this is not looking not too bad at all. So yeah, once we added those blur transitions, like I said, it makes the edit look a lot more smoother.
Came and went like the summertime. Was that a sunset or
yeah, not too bad at all. Color correction could be better, like I mentioned, but this is making it look a lot more smoother already. So I'm already a fan of it. Not too bad. The next step, usually I would rename this and put it to I'll just put blur for blur transition. So blur. After this, all I would really do back then is I would add the audio or the gun sounds. Usually I have these on mute already from the last video because I wouldn't want to use the gun sounds for the video. It would be super weird if I did. The audio wouldn't sound so good. So once again, let's go to File. Let's save the project file real quick. Go to File once again. Go to Import File. Let's go ahead to our 300 subscriber editing pack. Let's go to Gunshots. Let's go to Black Ops 2. We're going to go click on the edited versions. And we're going to click on the DSR, or is the Ballista? I think it's the Ballista. So we'll do the Ballista here. Let's go ahead and drag that over. let's go to the point. We're going to add this ballistic sound effect to each time we hear the gunshot. And we're going to try our absolute best to make sure the audio sounds just aligned and perfect when it comes to making sure the audio isn't as loud, or the gun sound isn't as loud as the music. So let's double click L to see the waveforms. And then we're going to click on pretty much the delete button on your number pad, which is right next to that enter button. So pretty much that little dot button, like right underneath it. I'll probably put like a little pop up here. Click on that button to hear the audio real quick. So you can see that's super loud already. So let's go ahead and drag this over right on the clip. So let me see here, maybe like right around there. So he shoots, so let's go ahead, add it there. Let's click on L, and we're gonna do the audio levels here. So I probably put it to a -8 to get a taste of it. Let's go ahead and listen to it real quick. Still super loud, so let's go ahead and click on this again and put -18 maybe. Okay, that's a little too quiet, so we'll put -15. Yeah, not too bad there. So at this point, what I would do is, since I have that audio sounding perfect, is, I mean, if you get a hear for it, you can still hear it in the background, but it isn't as loud, or just kind of empowering that audio when it comes to the music. So the music is still louder than the gun sound. Perfect right there. I actually do love that one. So we're gonna add a gun sound each time he shoots. So this is the first time he shoots. So all I'm simply gonna do is just align it just to that marker. So double click L, see the waveform. You can see the waveform isn't like completely aligned, but that is as close as we get when it comes to aligning it. So we can probably do this actually. There you go. That's as close as we get to aligning it. So the moment he shoots is the moment you want the audio to go off. So at this point, simply added the same audio gun sound to every single time he shoots. So he shoots here again. So I'm gonna put Control D to copy, or kind of duplicate the layer. I'm gonna drag this over to the beginning, and I'm just simply gonna move it 1 frame over. So there it is right there. So I moved it 1 frame over. Control D once again, and do the same thing again. Align it to the audio. Simply, so this is all this is going to do, like I mentioned, is have that gun sound effect in there, at least for you guys. Not too bad already. Looking back like where the time came and went like the summertime. Not too bad at all. Like I said, I'm still not a fan of the color correction, but it's gonna have to work with for now. So you can see the audio isn't as loud as the music, but you can hear just enough, so it's perfect. It sounds realistic. It sounds like you're still immersed into the clip itself. So that's not too bad at all. At this point, there's really isn't much to do when it comes to, I guess, effects. When it comes to basic editing, we pretty much covered everything. We covered the gun sounds, we covered the color correction, we covered the screen pumps and the blur and the real smart motion blur. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it when it comes to the tutorial. This is the how to have flow part 2 video. So yeah, once again guys, if you guys haven't already, be sure to leave a like, comment down below. Let me know if I should do something like this for Fortnite. I don't really edit Call of Duty as much anymore, but it is something I feel like this should have been wrapped up a long time ago. Let me know if this tutorial helped you guys out. If it did, smash that like button, comment down below. And as always guys, I hope you guys enjoyed watching part 2 on how to have flow. And yeah, I'll see you guys later on my next video, which will probably be a tutorial video, another Fortnite edit, or whatever the case may be. I probably will not make a part 3 of this video, simply because I kind of covered everything I would do for a Call of Duty montage at least, or an edit. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and it's been your boy Cudi, guys, and I'll see you guys later on my next video. And yeah, you guys have an amazing day. You guys take care. Peace out.
Someone that's afraid to let go. Suicide, if you're ever gonna let me know. Yeah, suicide, if you ever try to let go. I'm sad, I know, yeah, I'm sad, I know.